Welcome to The Dream Show. I'm Jane Teresa Anderson, and this is Interlude podcast number 5. 4 weeks can be a long time to wait between our hour-long episodes featuring guests. So I've designed these short interludes to bring you inspiration, information, and tips about dreams and dream interpretation at the halfway point. I've searched back through hundreds of my blogs about dreams and dreaming, going back to 2009, and selected some of the best to feature in these interludes. I hope you enjoy them. Today's is, does perimenopause cause more vivid dreams? Does perimenopause cause more vivid dreams? As if night sweats, broken sleep, middle of the night anxiety or insomnia aren't enough to deal with during perimenopause, many women report having more worrying, vivid dreams throughout these tumultuous years. So let's get the definitions out of the way first. Perimenopause refers to the period, pardon the pun, of time when a woman's levels of estrogen and progesterone fluctuate wildly in the lead up to menopause. It usually lasts for several years, and although symptoms can vary from person to person, generally packs a punch of hot flashes, torrential sweats, dizziness, mood swings, brain fog, and a long list of other challenges, including night sweats, broken sleep, and worrying dreams. Menopause itself is over in a flash. Excuse the second pun, or okay, maybe have a giggle, as it lasts for one single day. Menopause is the day that marks exactly 1 year since a woman's last period. On the following day, her post-menopausal life begins. So, does perimenopause cause more vivid, worrying dreams, or is something else at play at this stage of life? Some studies suggest that as their estrogen levels fall, women spend less of their nightly sleep cycle in deep sleep and possibly more time in rapid eye movement, REM, vivid dreaming sleep. But dream recall, including remembering those worrying vivid dreams, is not necessarily related to how much time we spend in REM sleep. We all dream several times a night, but we generally only remember a dream when we wake during the dream or shortly after it. And we're at our most wakeful at the end of a dream, so any little niggle, a full bladder, a sound in the street, a snoring partner, a blast of chill air might wake us up in time to grasp the dream before it fades from memory. Niggles apart, we generally sleep through until the morning, remembering only the final dream if we're fortunate enough to wake up naturally. Since many perimenopausal women find they sleep more lightly and suffer broken sleep, they are more likely to wake up towards the end of a dream, leaving them with the impression of having more dreams than they did during their pre-perimenopausal, unbroken, long and nourishing sleeps. There's some evidence that perimenopausal night sweats tend to occur in non-REM, the non-REM phases of sleep, and that it's not the sweat that wakes women up, but the changes in brain chemistry that precede the sweat. The evidence is not conclusive. Also, it's important to know that we dream in non-REM periods, but those dreams are generally more mundane, kind of processing facts, and more mundane than the emotionally charged vivid dreams typical of REM. What we do know is that waking up from a night sweat leaves women wide awake and frequently quite anxious, and that anxiety will feed back into the next dream once the woman falls asleep. Her dreams may process her anxiety and find peaceful resolution, or they may escalate into nightmares or vividly intense, worrying dreams. Nightmares, scary or stressful dreams tend to wake us up at any age or stage of life. This is because when we feel fear or stress in a dream, adrenaline and cortisol floods the bloodstream to prepare us for fight or flight. We wake up in a state of high alert, the dream fresh on our mind. The perimenopausal woman who has fallen back to sleep after a night's sweat only to enter a nightmare or stressful dream may find herself jolted out of sleep and back into high alert as she contemplates the nightmare. During the day, the hormonal fluctuations that occur with perimenopause can intensify emotions and cause mood swings, anxiety, fear of the future, and physical and mental exhaustion. Since our dreams process our daily experiences, it's perhaps no surprise that many perimenopausal women's dreams reflect their fearful, anxious, stressful daytime worries and may present as nightmares that add to already increased nighttime awakening and more remembered dreams. While many women may choose medication to ease perimenopause, this time of life can also be a time of grieving. Perhaps grieving for youth, fertility, an active parenting role for those whose children are leaving home, a sense of lost opportunities. It can be a time for feeling regrets and a time for learning to let go. And it can also be a time of high anxiety for the future, aging, staying healthy, caring for elderly parents, confronting mortality. It's also a rite of passage, offering a gift, an opportunity to choose how to embrace the next phase of life, what to sow, grow, and harvest. Change is one of the greatest predictors of vivid dreams. As the dreaming mind grapples with processing the experience, grieving the old way, stepping out of comfort zone and growing into the new way of being. When we learn how to explore and interpret our dreams, we gain insight into the way we process our experiences, our stresses, anxieties, and challenges. We get to see and understand our unconscious mindset and how it affects the way we handle life. We gain the opportunity to understand ourselves more deeply, to identify inner conflict, and, with the help of dream alchemy techniques, to resolve conflict, reduce stress, resolve issues, discover fresh perspective, and find new and exciting ways forward in life. If you remember more dreams during perimenopause, celebrate. Take the opportunity to work with them, to smooth your transition into the next phase of your beautiful life. And on that note, if you want to learn how to explore and interpret your own dreams, or you want to learn how to create and apply dream alchemy, remember you can do my courses at the Dream Academy, and the address for the Dream Academy is dream-academy-online.com. You'll find the courses there you can do at home, in your own time, at your own pace. Our next episode of The Dream Show, episode 293, will be out in 2 weeks on the 10th of July 2025. My guest, podcast host Sam Ramachander, shares a dream for us to explore and interpret before we talk about her life and work. Please make sure you hit the follow button at Spotify or Apple or wherever you listen to your podcasts so that you get all episodes and interludes delivered to your feed as soon as they're published. If you do this, it also helps other people to discover the show, and everyone dreams, and we want more and more people to find the podcast so they can understand their dreams and understand themselves more deeply. Thank you, as always, to Ewan Gray for sound editing and composing our theme music. And thank you for listening. You can find out more about my services, books and courses at janeteresa.com. That's Teresa without an H. Have a beautiful day. I'm Jane Teresa Anderson.